All right, we're going to start out with a piece of maple burl here. It's about 3 by 3 square, and we're going to turn a little cylinder out of it and then hollow it out. So I'm going to do it's kind of a test box. I have done something similar to this in the past, but I wanted to try something a little bit different, a different way to do it. So we're going to get this trued up, get a tenon on it, and then get it hollowed out. The ones I had done in the past, I put a recess in like the lid and then the base. And so the bases, they're pretty thin, so some of them would warp a little bit. So I was trying to figure out a different way to do it that would eliminate the warping. And I think this way here, where you make a tenon instead of the recess, will work out a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and bring down the diameter a little bit, and then we'll get this hollowed out. I'm going to use a Forstner bit to do it. And so when we're all done, this is going to be 5 different pieces, and we're going to do it out of maple burl and walnut. So about halfway through the video, Robin's going to leave the shop because she does not do well around walnut, and I will finish that part of it up by myself. So we're going to use a Forstner bit just to clean it out, and that way it'll save a bunch of time. So I did 2 of these, basically the same. I'll put the other one on the lathe here in just a second to show you. But basically this is going to be the bottom of it. And then I did another one for the top. So making 2 of these little tubes like this. And then the walnut will be the very bottom, very top, or the lid. And then did another piece of walnut for the center. And it actually has the tenon for the lid on it. Help support the companies that support our community. So this one here is the lid. It was the same process. I'm just measuring the diameter so I could bring it down to match that. And the reason I'm bringing down the diameter is the 5 pieces I made, they're all 3-inch. So I wanted the walnut to be a little bit proud on the base and the lid. That's why I'm bringing down the diameter. So you can do these any size you want. I had them all blocked up in the 3-inch, so I'm bringing these down. And then same process, just use Forstner bit, hollow it out, then you can move on. So this is going to be the middle piece. This is going to have a bead on it and the tenon to fit the lid. So this is the first piece of walnut. So I'm measuring the inside diameter of the base. We'll put a tenon there so that we can glue that into it, and then we'll put the bead on it. So there we go. So that little tenon there, it doesn't have to be much. It will slide right inside. And we'll put a little bit of glue on it. And I use the beading tool. Just make a little bead so it has a nice transition from the base to the lid. Just a little bit of detail there. Break it up, especially if the grain doesn't line up. Something like this will really help. Just a little bit of contrast and take your eye off the fact that the grain isn't matched. So on the other side of the bead, I just brought that down. That's going to be the tenon for the lid. Then we'll get this all parted off here and glued on. So that is going to go right in there like that, between the two pieces. Now, a little bit of sanding to get it to fit perfect, and we can get it glued in. So once it's glued in, I let it set up for, I think, about an hour. And then we can go right back and use a Forstner bit to come down and clean it all out. And then just touch it up with the EasyWood #1 hollower. Just get it all cleaned out a little bit. And then run through all the grits. Get it sanded up. So I flipped it around, expanded the jaws, and we're going to clean up a little bit of the outside and then use a Forstner bit to break through to the inside. I was almost through when it broke the little walnut insert that I had just glued in there. So I had to glue that back up, set it aside, and then switch to the lid. So this is the lid here. Without other ones setting up and gluing, we're going to go ahead and make the lid. We'll just get it all parted off, and then I can just come straight in with the hollowing tool and break through and get that cleaned up. So on the top side of this, right where I'm working, that is going to be the top of the lid. And we'll make another walnut piece. Same process here. Just make a little tenon that's going to fit right inside there. Get everything sanded up and clean. Make sure it's flat. Then we'll put another piece of walnut on. And so on the three pieces, they're all kind of the same process. You make a little tenon, bring the material down. I put a bead on all of these, just so they kind of matched. And then bring it down and part it off. So that is going to be the top of the lid. Put that back on there, and we can go ahead and turn the top of it and get it all finished and sanded. So I just kind of curved this over on the top, ran through all the grits up to 600, got it all cleaned up. And with this one, there's lots of jaw changes going back and forth on it. So I've just put it back on the lathe so I could sand it a little bit easier than hand sanding it to get that lid to fit right on. And then we'll just put a little bit of glue on there. It's just regular wood glue. And then we'll go back to the piece that broke. So this is the base. So there's a little bit more material there where it didn't make it through. So I just went ahead and did it by hand. Get it all cleaned up. And then we can make a walnut piece for that. So another little 3x3 block. We'll get it trued up, put a tenon on it, and a bead, and we'll get it done. So on this one, I left it a little bit bigger than the other two. So this was something I wanted to try out too. I think I'll make the walnut pieces on the next one larger. So I want a little bit of like overhang on the lid, a little bit little bit bigger base, things like that. So it's kind of why I wanted to just do a test one. I like the way it came out. Just a few things I would change. So this is the bottom of the box. So I'm just going to cup this out so it sits nice and flat. So with that tenon in there too, it gives it a little bit more material, so less likelihood of it warping like the other ones I was doing. And we'll get some walnut oil put on this. So I just did all this by hand because I was gluing all these little pieces together after it was all done. So on something like this too, you can pick some really nice pieces of contrasting wood where it has a lot of character and really pops, which would be really nice for the bottom and the top of the lid. There we go. There we go. It's all done. It's about 4.5 inches tall and 2.5 inches in diameter. So yeah, you might remember 5-6 years ago, I did some boxes where I made a recess in the base and then did these like tubes and then slid it into it. But after a few months, the bases kind of warped a little bit because they were so thin. So I thought I would try a different way to do it. So this is that tenon. It gives a little bit more material and hopefully they won't warp at all. But yeah, it's a fun. I like doing little boxes like this with, contrasting woods. I think I'm going to make on the next one, I'll make these little pieces a little bit bigger so I can get a little more material to play with and I can adjust the sizes. Like the lid, I was hoping it would probably be a little bit bigger so that it was kind of like the overhang on a roof, but it just kind of a little bit too small. So I think maybe I like the base, but I wanted the lid to be a little bit bigger. But yeah, so I made the tenon out of that. I really like that style too. It gives a nice break in the box, and using the Forster bit really kind of speeds up the whole process with it. And again, it's out of maple burl and walnut. All right. I hope everybody had a happy 4th of July. You guys have a great weekend, and we will see you next time. Take care.